Nick, it's June. Can you believe it?
I can't, honestly. The fact that we are halfway through 2022
Oh, don't
is,
don't phrase it like that.
no, it's mind-boggling and quite frankly disturbing.
I can't
But
believe that it's been more than a year since I've graduated. Like that's shocking for me.
I
In
can't
all the
believe
ways.
I can't believe I'm still single. Um, wasn't that
I
like
don't.
my goal for 2022
Was that
to
a
not be?
what was that a resolution of yours?
I don't know. It's been a resolution of mine since 17. But
I see.
I will say, I'm really out here, and so are you. Making relationships happen for other people. More on that later in a different episode. But
Oh.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, if you know, you know,
If you know, you know.
and we really know.
IYKAYK.
Yes. Unfortunately, I can't make it happen for myself, but I'm definitely doing it for friends. So
I want to try and make it happen for you, but I don't know how to. How do I do that? Give me tips. What can I do? Actually, throw your dating profile out into the ether right now.
all right. H. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I want to shout out. I don't know if they're listening to it, but at one point they were listening to it. As I mentioned, I coached middle school tennis at my former high school, 7th and 8th grade, and they, even though this podcast isn't necessarily for their age group, I find that high school, middle school students are very good at stalking people. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Like they uncovered a photo of me from when I went to that high school,
I hate that.
and just middle of my awkward stage type of stuff. And I was like, how did you find this? And they found it. But then they found the podcast, and then now they make little jokes about it.
I
Like
really hate that more.
well, they thought that one of their opponents who was playing first singles was our co-producer, and they were like, "Oh, he co-produces the Point of View podcast. Coach is colluding with the opponent because he co-produces the Point of View podcast with the first singles player of our opposing team." And I was like, "What is happening right now?" I have no idea. But shout them out. Hello, I have finished. The season has ended. Sad, shed a single tear. I've finished coaching for this season, but it was so much fun. So shout out to you guys if you are listening to this episode. Although I really hope you aren't listening to this episode because this one's going to be interesting. But anyway, Nick, how are you?
I'm good. I let's see, it's episode 40, which is exciting.
It is.
We made it to 40 episodes, and we are very grateful for everybody who listens. And I just want to do a quick plug because we do this at the end of the show usually, but if you are enjoying this show, and we hope that you are, because we love making it for you, please give us a rating wherever you listen to the show. So Apple Podcasts, Spotify, if you can even do that. I'm not sure if that's a thing that
Yeah,
Spotify
Google
offers.
Podcasts, all of
Yeah,
them.
Google
any platform.
Podcasts. To be honest, those are the only three that I can think of. But please leave us a review or share on social media any of your favorite episodes. We'd really appreciate it. And you asked me how I was doing, and I started promoting the podcast.
Well, that's just your marketing degree at work.
Yeah. No, I'm good. I got out of my chair today at work, and my body left the chair, but my hip did not. And
Ooh.
yeah, so I mean, we already know I'm old, but I'm really feeling it, Mr. Krabs.
In fairness, though, my back and hip and knee have also been hurting because actually, my sister decided that my siblings have both moved home from school at this point. I think Jordan's home too, right?
Yeah.
So,
If your experience is anything like mine, I'm sorry to hear that.
well, my sister decided that she wanted to start running, and I've run out of the three of us, I've run the most, and so she was like, "Can you go running with me?" I was like, "Absolutely, let's go running." So
I love that.
we're running every single day, and of course, I run normally, like I run routinely, not necessarily with her, but just in general. And I've run this path multiple times, and of course, the second time I run it with her, I like hurt myself. So
Of course.
I know I feel like an old man too today.
Yeah. Jordan took me running once, and I almost died.
What happened? You were just hyperventilating. Did you walk? Because my sister
It
and I
was
have at least been
freezing.
run
It was
walking.
freezing, and she's running at the beach, which we're gonna go to later in this episode. But we're running at the beach, and I'm like coughing up blood. Not really, but I felt like I was.
Like on the sand.
No, on
I was gonna say
there was
that's hard.
Yeah, no, it wasn't on the sand, it was on the sidewalk, but it's the middle of the winter, it's freezing, we're running, I'm like avoiding ice, I feel like I'm coughing up blood, and then for like, they weren't laps, but the equivalent of laps, I guess, for laps like 2, 3, 4, and 5, I was the guy walking like miles behind her as she was lapping me, because it was not good. I was like, why did you make me do that? And I was having a bad mental health day. She was trying to make me feel better.
Right, because working out, those endorphins help with improving mental health. Well,
it did absolutely nothing.
Did it exacerbate the things that you were experiencing?
Yes.
I would hope not. It did.
Yeah.
No. A Marvel reference on your left.
All right. I don't watch Marvel movies, but Nick,
our
friend Nick Staker from episode 13 will really appreciate that.
Yes. And our other
reference.
Listeners that watch Marvel.
But I wanted to throw this in because you asked me how I was, and quickly, and I guess listeners can answer this too. What are our thoughts? What album is coming next? 1989 Taylor's version or Speak Now Taylor's version? 1989 was originally released in 2014. Speak Now was originally released in 2011. And there have been hints to both coming very soon. I can quickly list them. 1989, Taylor just released This Love, which is, and this is only one of the hints, there are so many more, I'm not like a certified Swiftie. She's released
You're not
This
a
Love.
certified Swiftie. I'm definitely not a certified
Yeah,
Swiftie.
but okay, so she released This Love, which is a song from 1989, and she has also previously released Wildest Dreams, both of them being her versions. And they're now under one cover, which looks very much like something that would come out of her newly recorded 1989 era. But at the same time, she's selling one of her albums online. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me back up. Speak Now came out in 2010. But she's selling one of her albums online for $20.10, and the 2010 is written in purple, which is the Speak Now color. And nothing else on the website is written in purple, so I don't know which one's coming. It could be a double release. 1989 is a very summery album. Speak Now is I don't know what do you think? What's coming out next? That's what I've been thinking about today.
I'll say 1989 because it is a summery album, as you said. And I remember the 1989 tour really causing a lot of traffic in my town because it's near the venue where she toured and visited. So
yeah,
that's where
my sister went to it.
Oh, great. Was she one of the teeny bopper drivers that was just
No, she couldn't drive at the time.
Oh, okay.
She couldn't drive at the time because
all right,
I think
Jordan, you're off the hook.
She was probably like 13. No, she was 14 because it was 20. I don't know what age she was. I'm not going to lie. I'm really derailing this conversation. Anyways, I think it's either a double release or it's going to be 1989. But that cover is atrocious. And if that's the new cover, I'm going to hate her because Fearless Taylor's version and Red Taylor's version have immaculate covers that are better than the originals. So I'm going to need her to retake that if that's the 1989 Taylor's version cover. What are you grateful for, Justin?
I am really grateful for, well, so much. I just completed the Ignatian pilgrimage that I've been so looking forward to. I don't know if I've talked about it, but there was a pilgrimage that was organized by my boss, or my former boss when I worked at Loyola Campus Ministry, Mr. George Miller, and so many alums and current students and some new friends. My roommate Dave, shout out Dave, hi David, from St. John's University in Philadelphia joined us, and it was just an amazing trip. It was, we went to the Basque Country in Spain, and then we spent some time in Rome, and it was about a little less than 2 weeks, and I don't know, I think it was just a great way to start my summer. So I'm able to accept the fact that it is June because that's how I started my summer. So I'm grateful for the opportunity to do that, and my parents supporting me in it, and everyone who was there who just made it a really wonderful once-in-a-lifetime type of trip. So thank you to all those people. And yeah, what are you grateful for?
George Miller. Ow! I just wanted to do that because you said George Miller. And he's a king. Let's honestly leave it at that because I didn't think of an answer. So
you have to say something. You
I said George Miller. Ow!
Oh, okay. All right, fine. You're grateful for George Miller.
Ow! Hi, George.
So today, this episode is going to be interesting. Nick, you can chime in where I'm missing things. But
Yeah.
you and I have talked with each other about having an episode dedicated to doing something like a guided meditation or an Ignatian examine. And we decided that now I think would be a good time to try it out. So what do we have for you today? Well, it isn't the typical guided meditation that you might expect. We could have done that. We still might do that in the future, but we wanted to put our own point of view twist to this meditation. What does that mean, you might ask? Well, you might hear something a little bit different than your normal meditation, something a little bit off or out of the ordinary. This is definitely an experiment for us, and there are only two ways that we can really see this going. It's a massive failure or a massive hit. Personally, I think it will be the latter, but still definitely an experiment for the both of us. So, okay, enough dilly-dallying. Let's get to the heart of this show. We hope you like it, and what you're about to experience, which we can really only describe as a cross between a guided meditation and a try not to laugh challenge. You'll notice this episode is marked explicit, so viewer discretion is advised. Not that there's anything crazy, but
Yeah, there is.
just
All right.
maybe. Now, wherever you're listening to this, we hope you're able to relax, forget about your stresses, find your zen, and maybe laugh a little bit too. Please enjoy.
I have to burp. Okay, one sec. All right, I'm ready. Hello, and welcome to a very special take on a classic relaxation technique, meditation. Today, we'll be taking you on a trip through various popular comfort scenes with the hope that we can help you unwind. Let's begin in 5 minutes. I have to poop first.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Really? Oh, okay, he's actually going. Guys, he's actually going. Okay.
I'll see you around.
Okay. Then, just for our listeners to know, we have a script. Like, it's right in front of us both, and we planned on this and wrote it a few days before we started recording this one. But I guess since Nick decided, nature calls, right at this moment, we're just gonna let's just toss the script to the wind, and I guess I'll take his parts because I don't want to waste Dan's time or my time. Okay, let's just get into it. Okay. Here we go. As we begin our meditation, I encourage you to evaluate how you enter this space. Notice your emotions. Do you feel gladness, anger, or sadness? Maybe you're anxious about something in the future, or upset about something from the past. Do you feel contentment in the present moment? Are you confused? Yeah, me too. However you enter this space, accept yourself. There is no right or wrong way of being or of feeling. Accept where you are in this present moment. I see you, and you are exactly where you are supposed to be. Next, notice any tension you feel in your body. Many people carry their stress and tension in their backs and shoulders. Bring focus to this area of your body. Nope, not there. Nope, not there either. Higher, higher, lower, stop. My leg! Right there. As you focus on your shoulders, release any tension that is present. Let your arms fall and your shoulders drop. Say to yourself, I am calm. I am relaxed. We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. Where else do you experience tension? Take a moment to scan your body and release any tension that might exist. I'll give you a moment to do this. Welcome back. Now that you have fully immersed yourself in this experience, let's begin with some guided imagery. Chapter 1. Grandparents' House. It's been a long day of working hard right until the moment you got on your way. As much as your day felt long and full, your week felt even longer and busier. It was one of those weeks where your mind was always one day ahead of what day it actually was. Today, however, you know exactly what day it is. It's Friday. Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. And you're on your way to your grandma and grandpa's house for dinner. The thought of eating Grammy and Grampy's food tonight may have been the only thing getting you through this week. Imagining the smell of Nana's apple turnovers teased you all week, and laughing at Papa's extremely cheesy jokes with the love in your heart that can only be shared between a grandchild and their Baba. As you continue your journey to their house, you admire the world around you. It's golden hour, according to the gram, and the sunset is painting the sky shades of orange, amber, pink, and purple. The clouds appear like thin strands of cotton candy, weightlessly floating amongst the warm tints of the dusk sky. You listen to the birds gleefully chirping in the trees you pass. You think about how liberating it must be able to fly at will. The thought of your Meemaws and Peepaws cooking comes to the front of your mind. You can feel the warmth of the rolls on your skin, fresh out of the oven. You can taste the exquisite flavoring as you imagine each bite. Your mouth begins to water just in time for you to arrive at their house. Your Moo and Poo Poo meet you at their front door. Their faces are bright, their eyes are wide, and their hands are in the air as they summon you into their home. To be honest, it's a little eerie, but I guess it's endearing. You give your Booba and Bobby a hug and a kiss before following them inside. As you walk through the door, you smell that musty grandparent house smell that every house a grandparent lives in smells like. As the scent enters your nostrils, a slight anxiety overcomes you. Holy shit, they're chronic hoarders. You scan the house as you make your way in and observe the piles and piles of stuff in every nook and cranny of their home. Piles in the fireplace, piles on the couch, piles in the bathtub, piles dangerously close to the hot stove. Their dog is sleeping underneath a fort made of books. Actually, that's kind of cool. Y'all sure have a lot of memories in this place, don't ya? Oh, your Moppy exclaims as she laughs sheepishly. Dinner's ready, shouts Bing Bong. You sit down for a lovely meal with two of the most important people in your life. You can't recall the last time you sat down for a meal with your Balloony and Splatchaluna, but everything looks, tastes, and smells exactly as you remembered it. Eat up, there's plenty, says Minnie. Your Gramps just looks at you with the biggest smile on his face, consistently but quietly laughing. They're both enjoying your company so much, and to be honest, the feeling is mutual. You could stay in this moment forever. You eat until you feel like your stomach is going to burst, clear the plates off the table, and begin to wash them in the warm water. When the loud, repetitive chime of a timer goes off, your Millie Bobby Brown makes her way to the oven and pulls out the apple turnovers you were imagining on your way over. Warm, flaky, and oh so sweet. You put one on your plate. Whipped cream? Your volley offers. Sure, you exclaim. You press the nozzle on top of the turnover. You somehow have room for 2 turnovers before you really start to feel the bloat come on. Babushka and Babushki, I always love coming over here and eating your cooking. In my opinion, it doesn't happen enough. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. They respond with a silent smile. That's strange, but I'll allow it, you think to yourself. When the table is cleared, they ask if you want to play a game. You respond, I'm good. You head for the door, leaving a 20% tip on the way out. As you get in your car and turn the ignition, you come to the realization that you've never seen those people before in your life. Huh. Oh well, we have to stand hospitality.
Chapter 2. The Beach. I've returned from battle on the toilet, just in time to arrive at the beach. The tide is out, and you can taste the salty air where the water crashed only hours earlier. You feel the cool breeze on your face, cascading quickly through your hair. You feel the warm, white sand between your toes. You feel your beach chair cutting off your circulation, and you see that your arm is turning blue. Blue like the sky, which is filled with a chorus of seagulls. You lay out your beach towel, and I lay mine beside yours. You put your sunglasses on and close your eyes as the smell of coconut oil holds you like a warm embrace. You're calm. I'm still next to you, and I can't sit fucking still. I get up with a loud that made me yawn. Actually, one sec. I hate when you can't get a full yawn out. Anyways, and for a moment, my ass is in your face. I shake out my towel in the most disruptive way possible. You're inhaling grains of sand, but at least it's not my ass anymore. You're pissed. You hit me with your sandal, and I shut the hell up. The waves rise, creating mountains in the ocean. They roll closer to the sand, foaming at the top before crashing confidently against the shore. It's violence in its most elegant form. The water returns to the horizon for a moment, and then rolls toward you once more. It does this repeatedly, like a reliable friend. You relish in its predictability. Nothing can bother you. Nothing is strong enough to take your peace. You are safe here. Time passes as your breathing synchronizes with the push and pull of the tide. You are calm. With your eyes closed, you begin to visualize the beauty around you. The vegetation, the clear blue sky, the seashells decorating the sand, like Mother Nature's finest jewelry. You're reminded, they're really making a Marcel the Shell movie, aren't they? Your mind goes out to sea, imagining the rainbow of life swimming harmoniously through the time-tried coral. If you're Justin, you don't do that.
Like ever. Absolutely not.
This is the part where I was supposed to talk about the fish in the ocean, but we forgot to write that part of the script, so I'm going to do it in the only way that I know how. 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, and maybe even blue fish.
Okay. Still no. Do you know what kinds of disgusting creatures live in the ocean? Like, you know that fish that has like the little light that hangs in front of its face in Finding Nemo? Like the one that attracted Marlin and Dory to its light? Yeah, that's called an anglerfish, and it does have a light, and it does have big ass eyes and teeth, and in no universe will I ever wake up in the morning and be like, I think today's the day I want to swim with that thing. Like, I don't know who in their right mind thinks that. I know I'm not alone. I just want, what about jellyfish? Okay, jellyfish are literal blobs of goo that can kill you by touching you with the tiny noodle-like legs with poisonous barbs that they have. Like, no thank you whatsoever. Like, even Portuguese man of war. I'm Portuguese, and I don't want to ever encounter a Portuguese man of war. Worst thing, the crocodile hunter, Mr. Steve Irwin, died in the ocean. Okay, let's just all put that into perspective. Okay, the someone who loved nature very much passed away in the ocean because of a horrible accident involving a stingray. So anyway, I rest my case. I yield the rest of my time to Nick.
Thank you, Justin, for those very valid points. We realize that Justin is being a baby, so I drag him headfirst into the water. I'm kidding. I don't like going in the water either. The salt dries out fruit, and I am more of a sugar rim type anyway. You close your eyes again, and the smell of sunscreen permeates the crisp, cool air around you. You fall asleep and are welcomed into a dream about a vacation as deserved as it is relaxing. You're transported onto a raft that glides like a bubble over the water that begins to settle. You then rise ever so slowly, feeling the heat of the plastic against your back, as the tide then lowers you back to equilibrium. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru. Affirmations flood your mind, all of them true. I am essential. I am kind, and I love myself as I should. I am making the life that I want for myself a reality. I'm making progress on all of my goals. I'm making my way downtown, walking fast, faces pass, and I'm homebound. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-fruitity-fruitity fruit. Staring blankly ahead, just making my way through the crowd. Ow-owed. Ow. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-fruitity-fruitity fruit. And I need you. And I miss you. And now, I wonder, if I could fall into the sky, do you think time would pass me by? Oh, 'cause you know I'd walk 1,000 miles. If I could just feel finger French fuck, Justin's gonna kill me because he didn't know I was adding this part into the song. See you. You wake up from your dream to a fruit singing at you, and you realize that you aren't actually on a raft, but on your towel, which welcomes you back to reality and reminds you that this beach is home, but it's not ours. I'm not gonna lie, I don't entirely know what that means. Did you receive my text? Wow, I am a dumb fucker. Yes, I am down for that. Wait, that was the message Justin wrote in our Google Doc when I forgot to respond to his text, followed by my response. As you can see, I answered him with elegance and class. Anyway, you roll on your side and notice a hornet has landed next to you. You panic initially, but are reminded that this is a wonderful exercise in mindfulness that is often put into practice by obsessive-compulsive disorder specialists. You are aware of the bee, as well as how obscure and oddly specific that metaphor was. It begins to crawl to your shoulder, but you don't bother it. You'd rather it not be there, and still, you allow it to just be. After all, the more you resist the bee's presence, the angrier it will become, and the more uncomfortable you will become. The bee spreads its wings and lands on me now. I begin to practice the same mindfulness I shared with you, breathing in slowly, and then exhaling my worries out through my mouth. That doesn't make me feel any better, so I rise and beat the ever-living shit out of it until the bee passes away. H. The sun is setting now, and purples blanket the sky with orange highlights that fade to a pink, promising that the sun will rise again tomorrow. You've lit a fire, and you hear the snap of each flame as it births another. Embers rise, and the smell of burnt sandalwood drapes around you. Marshmallows are roasting. Fruits are toasting. You notice Justin deep in thought. What is he thinking? He looks uncomfortable. Chapter 3. Spa.
Ah, Goo Lagoon. Spa day at last. Finally, you get to treat yourself with some self-care. You walk in and are immediately hit with the smell of incense that instantly leaves you feeling tranquil. The attendant directs you to the locker room, where you secure your belongings, undress, and put on the soft cotton robe that was provided to you upon arrival. You've scheduled yourself a full body massage and a mud bath for today, but first plan to spend some time in the sauna. You walk in, and the steam hits you like a comforting hug. You pour a full pitcher of water onto the stones. The steam rises quickly and gently kisses your face, leaving droplets of moisture on your cheeks. As the steam begins to dissipate, you take in your surroundings. The sauna's wooden floor and bench are soft from the continuous absorption of water. The room is dimly lit with an orange hue. It's dark enough to allow you to relax, but light enough as not to stir up your fear of the dark. You're startled by another figure sitting in the corner of the room staring at you.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. He doesn't have his robe on, but a white towel wrapping the lower half of his body. His hands are folded neatly on his lap, and his posture is immaculate. You climb up to a spot on the other side of the sauna and sit down on the elevated bench. You face perpendicular to him, but try and ignore his presence. You remind yourself, today is about me. You lean back against the soft, warm wood that is supporting you and get comfortable. You both sit in silence for about 10 minutes. Suddenly, you feel your wrist vibrating. Can you hear my brother?
No.
Okay.
I love how I said that in the... hold on one
Yeah,
second.
no,
You go, can you hear my brother? And I go, no.
Yeah.
We should keep that in. All right,
You went, no. Like the conch shell
keep
there.
that, honestly, keep this whole part in. This is incredible. Anyways, keep going.
Suddenly, you feel your wrist vibrating. It's your watch reminding you that your massage is in 5 minutes. You sit up from your lounged position you've adopted. Adjusting your robe, you make your way to the door. Your sauna friend watches your every move intently.
All right, see you around. I leave Justin's narration, wondering why it reads like erotica, or why my mind is in the gutter.
You turn and look over your shoulder. You make eye contact with him as you reach to open the sauna door. Bye. Hope you have a great rest of your day. You smile softly. He nods silently, and you head out the door. Before going to your massage, you make sure to grab some water. Saunas are very dehydrating. You feel relaxed, and are looking forward to what's coming next for your spa day. You walk towards the hallway of massage rooms and find room number 3. You open a thin wooden door to an empty massage table with green cushions and a blanket neatly folded on top. There's a note by the head donut pillow thing. You know, the pillow where you put your face and when you're laying on your stomach, and yeah, anyway, you get what I'm saying. It reads, "Undress to your comfort level and lay under the blanket facing down. I will be in shortly." You follow the instructions and place your face into the donut pillow. You hear the door lightly open and watch 2 sets of pink painted toenails in Birkenstocks walk towards a table against the wall. The Birkenstocked individual begins to play soft, soothing music, kind of like the music you hear in this episode. The Birkenstocked individual folds the blanket down, revealing your back, and begins their deep tissue massage with their thumbs rubbing out the knots near your shoulder blades. The masseuse opens their mouth to speak. You hear,
My name's Nick Gervasi.
"And I'm Justin Dew."
You can reach us at our email, pointofdewpodcast@gmail.com, or by sending us a voice message on our website, anchor.fm/pointofdew. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook @pointofdewpodcast and Twitter @pointofdew. If you enjoy our show, give us a rating or review in the Apple Podcast Store, or share us with a friend or family member. We'd really appreciate it and are truly grateful for your support. As always, we hope you have a great week. Thank you for listening, and until next time, H.
What we did said gave up. Doesn't matter to us anymore. As long as we face forward, we will not regret our day. could make it through. That's how we got this high, never looking back. No doubt